Hello. I just wanted to come on today to talk about panic attacks. Now, it wasn't until a few years ago that I started to suffer with something called panic attacks and anxiety disorder. During this time, I was a full-time carer, and things, I suppose, got a little bit too stressful for me. Being a carer, you don't often look after yourself. You're not always first priority. And so, me not really taking care of my own self, my own needs, I came down with anxiety disorder and severe panic attacks that became very debilitating. It was quite a surprise and quite a shock to me that panic attacks was something that I even had to deal with. Before this started, I was carefree, I was very bubbly. I still am today, but at that time, before my panic attacks began, I was very bubbly, carefree, without a care in the world. I was just a shadow of my former self while having the panic attacks disorder. My late mother, she saw a lot of my panic attacks, and I think because she already had suffered from panic attacks in her life, I think she understood and knew what they were. I had gone to the doctors several times, and I suppose I developed health anxiety, or what they used to call hypochondria. Being a full-time carer, you get to see your patient, or the one that you're taking care of, in their elements of different illnesses. Sometimes you can get compassion fatigue or sympathy pains and things like this, where you take on manifestations of health concerns too. But it may not be actually really a physical problem. That's what I discovered when I would go to the doctors and have blood tests. I would go to A&E and things like this, and casualty. I'd have blood tests done, and they'd all come back fine. And I would refuse to admit and accept that they were fine, that perhaps it was just something going on within my brain that was happening to me during the overwhelming, stressful time of being a full-time carer. All of those years being a carer, it seemed to have taken its toll. And I just could not accept that. I could not accept a non-diagnosis. I also developed something where I couldn't eat certain things, that after I would eat certain things, I would straight away go into a panic attack. Things like rice, pasta, and breads. I seemed to, after eating these kind of foods, like as soon as I ate them, during the digestive process, a panic attack would soon follow. And so for a time, I actually became frightened of eating food. I would go out, I would be very picky and cautious about what I would eat, or I wouldn't eat at all. And being a very slim person as it is, this could obviously be dangerous, because it would appear that anorexia had also developed too. I am very petite. I'm only 5'2", so any changes and fluctuations within my body are easily noticeable. So I would have anxieties about eating, because I would be afraid of these panic attacks coming on. But for some reason, I'm still here and able to now talk about this scary time, because it was very frightening. because I really thought that I was really suffering some really serious conditions, and you know, obviously something divine of a higher power has gotten me through, because I really thought that my life was coming to an end. And 2 years on, after, I am able to make this video. But it's easy to say here, don't panic. People, when I was going through my anxiety disorder very heavily, at the height of it, were telling me, oh, change your mind. You know, oh, it's all in your head. Just take some deep breaths. It's all in your mind. You're just making things up. It's not that serious. You know, oh, just get over it. You're being silly. These kind of remarks really upset me, because I was looking for support and it just seemed to not be there. But perhaps it was there. Maybe this was a wake-up call to make me take more notice of my own health while taking care of other people's health. I didn't at the time see this as that, but now I am coming out of that